Hey guys, my name is Ben and welcome to SparkBot. Today I'm going to be talking about everyone's favorite radioactive city stomper. Godzilla first waded out of the Pacific in 1954, but in the 60 years since, he has gone through a series of transformations. This is a pretty common thing for iconic characters that have lived on our screens for so long. Sometimes those changes are seen in the character's natures, such as the personality swap between Raph and Mikey of the Ninja Turtles. In others, the change is more physical, such as the ever-devolving redesigns of the X-Men's Beast. Of course, there are always those special cases where both aspects of the character are rebuilt. An example of this is the drastic reboots of Aquaman. No matter how it's wrapped, these characters change with the times to avoid fading into the shadow of the new and exciting. And Godzilla has been no exception. Now with the new movie coming out in May, everyone is really eager to see more of the creature's newest incarnation. Any Godzilla fan worth their salt knows that Godzilla has slipped in and out between silly and serious over the years. Back when he was only a few rubber suits in the making, Godzilla sported large, high-perched eyes set pretty close together, and a small head more reminiscent of Fozzie Bear than a dinosaur. In the years since then, we ran into that 1998 disaster. Thankfully, later on in Final Wars, we found out that that movie had retconned that creature into a lesser monster dubbed Zilla. So any changes brought on by that redesign we can ignore. In fact, why don't we just pretend none of that ever happened? In the meantime, the real Godzilla had taken on a more menacing form with each incarnation. He developed a more primitive forward lean and lost the forward set baby doll eyes. While his overall look has stayed fairly similar, several things did change, the most notable of which was his sheer size. Once officially dubbed Godzilla, the character came in to be around 50 meters tall. By the early to mid-90s, however, Godzilla had grown to over twice that. Guesswork from this year's movie trailers have estimated Godzilla to be at his largest in 2014, between 120 and 150 meters tall. Now what is it exactly that has made Godzilla grow so large in the last few decades? It would be smart to think that Godzilla's height would need to increase with the height of the world's skylines. Every year we build taller and taller additions to our cities, making Godzilla's silhouette within them seem less and less menacing. Therefore, it only really makes sense that he would grow. Along with that, I think there are variables of spectacle as well as the type of power that the human race wields. Every year, movies grow more and more visually spectacular. And every year, the technology and weapons that we create take equally drastic strides. The combination of the two mean that audiences need bigger and bigger obstacles that are continually larger than life. This is the only way to make them feel as though this threat is truly something that mankind can't handle. Now, we haven't really gotten more than a glimpse of Godzilla from the trailers. Recently, however, photos of an action figure prototype have been circulated from the new movie. Now, toy lines aren't always movie accurate, but I gotta say I was a little thrown off by Godzilla's legs. In previous movies, Godzilla's legs were rippling with bulk, muscle, pronounced knees, and massive feet. The prototype's proportions, however, were awkward and straighter than normal. They ended in what looked more like the feet of an elephant than what we're used to seeing crashing through buildings. I'm curious to see if that even matters though, considering that I'm expecting most of his lower body to be submerged in either water or rubble for most of the movie. As a lifelong Godzilla fan, I honestly can't wait for this movie to come out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments below what your predictions are for this movie. I'll see you next time.